how is Survivor Protocol different from others in the space? That was my next question, but you pretty much answered that. Uh, yeah, you answered quite a few of them already.
Yeah.
Upon launch, is there going to be any anti-bot measures in place?
So we have some cell tax things we're doing. The first 2 weeks, cell tax is going to be higher than the standard 21%. So in week one, when you buy in, if you choose to sell right away, you're going to be taxed at 33%. In the second week, you're going to be taxed at 28%. And then after the first 2 weeks, the cell tax will go back to the 21% for the rest of the protocol. So we're doing this to prevent dumping off the initial pump at launch. And on top of the APY tiers cutting in half, we think those measures will really prevent people from selling right away, or it might even make them hesitate getting in. But we want people that are here for this project, not just for the first week. We think this can last a long time, and that's our goal here. So you're going to be penalized if you're looking to get in and get out quick. It's kind of a cutthroat game. There's a little strategy that goes into it, but the incentive is to hold. And if you do hold, you will be able to get some of the BUSD rewards, so you can still take some profit without having to drop down in your tier. So, that's one way we're doing it, and we hope that's gonna sustain things and prevent people from just getting out quick.
True enough, I can see that. Just 'cause with bots, that's what tends to happen, right? They'll grab right at the very beginning off launch, and then as soon as everyone's bought in, then they sell their bag usually all at once, and which ends up dumping the price, especially if someone has a heavy bag of USD or BNB set up to do the initial buy first.
Yeah.
So with that, getting back in, they won't be able to do the same, right?
No, once your tier goes down, you can't go back up. So if you sell from a tier 10 to a tier 9, there's no going back to tier 10. So you're penalized, and there's no recovery to that. So you have to decide if that's the way you're going to play it. I mean, there can be a strategy involved where you say, hey, I'll take some initial profit off the top and then play at tier 9. But you're not going to be at the same rate as someone that held on. So we understand some people are going to try and get in and get out quick, and that's part of investing, and that's part of the game. But at the same time, if you do, especially in those first 2 weeks, a lot of these taxes are going to go back to the ration pool. It's going to pay out people who hold, and it's going to sustain things, and they're going to be severely penalized. So if you do take those quick profits, the people that plan on sticking around can benefit from it.
Yep. Yep, for sure. Um, how much experience does the core team have within the space, and is the development team able to fix any issues that come up along the way?
Yeah, so we've been together. We really had this idea kind of, I would say, a few months ago when we saw the Titano Seifu came out. We all got together. We've been in crypto for years, most of us. I've been in since 2019. I think Lonely's been in since maybe 2018. So we've been around for a while. We saw this idea and we were like, hey, we don't think those things will last. We don't think Seifu can sustain an APY that long. And we were like, hey, let's come up with an idea where we can have this self-governing APY. We can build something that will last a lot longer. And then, we kind of that was the origin of the idea. We've been working on the sustainability and the tokenomics for a while, for a couple of months. But yeah, the core team of 6 of us, been working on it for a couple of months now.
Oh wow, there's 6 of you working on it.
Yeah, and we're
Yeah,
really
so we
excited about it because we did strip down a lot of the original code, and we did build the whole dynamic APY from scratch. So we're not just forking this; we really did build it. Our dev is really smart; he knows his stuff, so we're able to fix things on the fly and kind of move with changes. So we're really confident in this, and a lot of work went into it. Sorry to cut you off there, Siobhan.
oh, no worries. Yeah, no, he's great. We have a kick-ass dev. I'm pretty confident that issues do come up obviously in crypto, but we're going to test the hell out of this thing, make sure it's ready for launch, and if something does come up after that, we'll be able to fix it really quickly.
Perfect. Yeah, because even any project that's trying to launch right now, my hat's off to them because it's a difficult market right now with everything in the red. But then again, when everyone's fearful, be brave, right?
Right, and we think we were kind of built in the bear market. We think it's a fun game. It's a little unique project. We think that it can work in a bear market. Obviously it's not a great time. Not a lot of people are around, compared to let's say a year ago or 6 months ago. But we want to raise a lot of liquidity, and we think Binance Smart Chain, that's a great place. There's still a ton of users, tons of wallets. So we think people will stick around for this project.
And we are
Awesome.
being a little, conscious of the market. If this market continues to just bleed, we're obviously not just going to force it out. So we're putting a lot of time and effort into building a community, doing a lot of AMAs. This is our first of 4 in the next 4 days. So we're doing our best to get the idea out there. And high liquidity, if we do a successful pre-sale, that just makes it so price can't fluctuate as much. If one big wallet sells, then price can still remain a little bit stable. So, we're thinking long term. We're doing some serious marketing before the launch. We're putting some of our own money up into this, and we really want to see it successful. So, we do understand it's a little risky in this market, but we are keeping our eye on things, and we've been pretty straightforward that we're here to build something before we launch. It is essentially ready to go, but we are being cautious. We don't just want to put this idea we've worked hard for and just see it flop right away. So we're conscious, and we're going to keep our eye on things, and we'll be transparent and let people know when we think the time is right.
Perfect. Yeah, because transparency is key, especially if for successful projects. I've seen a few that seemed really rocky at the beginning, and those guys are still working really hard through even this and the massive sell-offs that they've received. And you know what? If a team works hard, they got my support. So smart contract audit and KYC, is it completed yet, or are you in the works with it?
Yeah, so you're going to get some. You hear it first. We finished our KYC with Assure DeFi. That came through yesterday. We will be announcing it probably tomorrow. We wanted to wait for a Monday to put the announcement out, but you heard it first. Our KYC went through. We had 3 of us on it, me, another team member, and our lead dev. So we are KYC'd. Because a lot of this code is from scratch, we are waiting to audit a little bit closer to the launch. We just don't want to take any chance of things leaking. We want to have first advantage with this. We do anticipate if it kind of goes well that some people will probably fork it. So we want to make sure we have it, hold it close to us, and before launch we will audit it with the respected audit company. Might even do a couple audits just for better eyes on things. But yes, audit will happen. We have a multi-sig already in place. Pink sale, pre-sale, so liquidity will be locked. So all the security measures will be in place.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure people will follow up on the assured DeFi uh, KYC. So can you explain to the audience how the protocol remains sustainable without new investors arriving to the project? Or is it just built on doing AMAs, marketing, and bringing more people to the project directly?
Well, that's important to us, obviously. That's why we're out here doing AMAs. But yeah, that's a good question. We think that based on our tax structure, our tokenomics, we can stay sustainable for a while. We're generating revenue through taxes. Obviously, if no one's ever buying, that's not good for any protocol. But we're spending a ton on marketing. We're working hard. We want to be in front of you guys, do plenty of AMAs, really trying to reach a big audience. And that's kind of why we're taking our time. We want to build a big community. We want to have a lot of people involved in this project. So, but as far as sustainability, yeah, taxes are huge for that. We think that people will be incentivized to hold, if you're getting BUSD rewards and you're getting high APY, why sell? So we think we'll have people staying in the project, and we'll keep marketing after. We have a big marketing budget, and obviously, once we've launched, we'll keep spending on marketing, and we think we can definitely bring people in.
Oh, for sure. Like I said, just with the bear market, people are skeptical, and then COVID lifting and all that stuff. So I think once we hit another bull run, then things will definitely turn around for the crypto space. It's hard times right now, and you know what? That's the market. The market goes up and it goes down.
I
Yeah,
think
it's been a
people are
tough
looking for a
weekend.
play too. People are still out there looking. I mean, they're saying, look at Bitcoin, the price is so far down, but people are still buying. There's more wallets than ever. So it's not like everyone's leaving the space. There's still a lot of curiosity. And I think as more people are getting into DeFi, yeah, the market's tough, but people are still out there looking for a play. I mean, these auto staking protocols didn't exactly launch in great times. Seifu, Titano, they didn't launch in the charts were already going down, and they were successful. I know the market didn't help a lot of these things, but people want to see something new. If you launch the first thing, more eyes will be to it. So, we think by marketing this, putting it out there, a lot of people see it, and they're gonna take a shot at it. And I think it could really work out. And even in a bear market, there's always opportunities.
Oh, for sure. For sure. That's what we try to do here is we try to at Trader Haven is we try to open up as many doors to people or show them different possibilities to make money in these times and in others and expose them to potentially good money making opportunities, right? So, okay. So my final question, will there be any revenue generating from exterior, like outside of the crypto space? Like, do you plan on using your token as a purchase, as some sort of purchase token, like a store can use your token to purchase goods, like how Newegg uses Shiba.
Uh, I think we really need a lot of success before we could really get there. Shiba's a lot bigger than if we had the success of Shiba, we'd love that, and then we'd consider it. I think right now we're focusing on getting this off the ground, pushing it out there. One thing we may do that's a little different from some previous auto staking protocols is with the Lifeline, which is essentially the burn wallet. If we have high liquidity, we feel we don't always need to do a lot of buybacks and burns. So we may start investing some of the Lifeline, and then we would put any revenue that's earned from that back into the ration pool. So if we invest in some other protocols or other projects and we do raise some capital, that would go directly back to the users through BUSD rewards. So that's one idea we're having. It would be a little more utility on top of the project. But yeah, as far as making this kind of a payment through other spaces, yeah, I don't know if we're there yet. I would love to say it's something we could do in the future because that means things are going great. So let's hope we can get there and consider that.
So it's a possibility, right?
Nothing's ever off the table with us.
Yeah. And anything's possible in crypto.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we'll go to some of the questions that were asked in the chat earlier on. If anyone wants to ask their question verbally, I'll bring them up. I think on a life changing journey, had the first one in the chat. Do you want to come up? See if no, maybe that's why you posted it in the. Okay, so why would you not use the standard burn address instead of making the burial ground wallet that opens the door to many possible issues? Thanks in advance.
Yeah, so the burial ground wallet, it is essentially a burn wallet. It's similar to other protocols. They have one wallet that all of the taxes go to. It's kind of a deflationary mechanism. We have a similar thing. It's not accessible by the team. It's not accessible by anyone. We don't know exactly what numbers we'll put on it, but our dev can use any numbers. So, for example, it could be OX, 00000, something like that. But But basically, it does accrue rewards, so it will grow, which is also another deflationary mechanism. But yeah, it's not accessible by anyone. We can't touch it. So it is essentially it's a dead wallet.
Okay. I'll get Shifter. I'll get him up here. He's had his hand up for a while. I think he was the second one. So, Shifter, you ready? Oh, do you have any issues or you there?
Hopefully, we answered all his questions already.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Real quick, one more thing I'd want to mention that we didn't go over. We are having a jackpot as well for the project. Which 1% of our taxes go to this jackpot, and we will put some of the pre-sale money in it to kind of load it up to start. So if you get in at the very beginning, pre-sale, and you hold all the way to the end, you can earn it goes for 3 months. You can earn a larger portion of it. So depending on the amount of HP, which is our native token, that you hold, you'll get a payout if you hold all the way through the 3 months, and split it with whoever else did it. So that's another way to incentivize people to hold. So um,
Okay.
we're finding the math on that to be a little fun to put together, but we should have a medium out this week with some charts and some numbers on that. But that's another way that, if you play the game and you hold, you can really earn some extra cash every 3 months. And we'll just keep running the jackpots as they end. Start fresh each time.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, like a raffle almost, but a couple, a few winners.
Yep. Yeah,
Mhm.
and like the top tier. So for the jackpot, you got to be tier 10 the whole way. That's the only way you can win it.
Oh, okay.
So
Wow. Yeah, I don't think I've come across that one in this, like in the rebase type project before. Hmm. Okay, that's interesting.
project is to, really try and get people to hold and really to penalize those that sell. I mean, because if you go below tier 7, I think with the ration pool, there's like 15% gets paid out from tier 7 all the way down to 1. So, I mean, the game is really to stay in the top couple tiers. Once you get below that, you're penalized so much that just your rewards diminish to almost nothing. So, um, it's a strategy. It's a game, and I think so much emission came out of these other ones with the high APY, and people would just take profit off the top. They'd sell a little bit of their rebases every day. You can't do this with this protocol. So you're either in it or you're going to be penalized for getting out. So just a different way to do it, and we think it's really going to promote holding. And people should get excited about that, knowing that they can hold and not just get screwed and dumped on by a few wallets.
Yes, exactly. Like it would really narrows down when people would try to manage their when they'd sell and how much they would sell. Like no one would want to sell just a small portion at once because then their rewards are going to be halved, right? But then
Correct.
if they're looking to sell but they're not at all time high, what's the point of selling? You might as well just hold and wait until it gets back to all time high. So
Mhm.
there's a bunch of different strategies that can be done there, and yeah, that's interesting for sure.
And one thing we had to do is we made sure that there's no wallet transfers, to kind of game the system, because of course, people are always going to look to manipulate it. So the only way you could transfer, let's say you have a cold wallet and you want to send it to a ledger, you can send a tier 10 to a brand new tier 10 wallet that hasn't sold. But that's the only way you're going to be able to transfer funds. So there is no way to game it by transferring it. Or if someone were to send you some HP to kind of screw over another wallet. So we had to think long and hard about how to protect the integrity of the game. But again, holding is just going to be the big thing.
Yeah, for sure. Hmm. Especially if they can buy you really low in this bear market in the next bull run that we hit. Then people start looking to take profits or initial, right? Because
Hmm.
I think
Hmm.
that's what
Plan.
everyone's plan should be right now is try to buy the bottom as close to the bottom as possible possible, and then you might be waiting a while for your next for the next bull run, but at least you'll have those tokens that your dollar cost averaging in is really, really low. Okay, so the next question I believe was Jerry 77. I think it was answered. Have they changed the plan? Have you guys changed the plan according to the market situation? And how do you plan to launch?
Yeah, well, like Lonely said, the market's obviously not great right now. We're keeping an eye on it. We're going to watch. We're not just throwing this thing out there. And we think it can work in a bear market. We think if we can build enough community, we got a ton of people on our Discord. It's growing every day. We're doing stuff like this to get our faces out there and, let you know about the project, let you guys answer questions. And we think in a bear market, it can work. We think people play the game right, they'll be rewarded. And, it's not something that the bear market necessarily affects. It will affect everyone. And, if we keep tanking, that's not great. But we'll take our time with it. We have a good vision, and we think we can make it work even in a down market.
Okay, I hope that answers your question there, Jer. Yep, thumbs up. Perfect. Next one was from Shadow 420. When should we be expecting website and also contract address for Survivor Protocol?
Yeah, website is just about complete. We're just finishing up some touches. Our web guys been a little tied up right now, but we're close to ready. Contract will be released closer to the launch, but we're really excited about the website. Really takes on kind of the Survivor theme from the reality show and just some kind of deserted island stuff. So he's worked long and hard on it. We wanted to make sure we have a killer website. So that's coming soon. I know no one likes hearing soon, 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 but we're preaching. Please be patient with things. We're not rushing. We're getting everything right, and I think the website's going to blow you away. So we should hopefully have a sneak peek soon, and then we're hopeful for this week to get it out there.
Perfect. I hope that answers your question, Shadow. Um, I don't want to butcher this name. Aaronish. Aaron. Anyways, sorry about it if I butchered that. Um, they asked, why should we choose the Survivor Protocol? What one piece of advice would you give other prospective investors?
So the big thing for us, our big differentiator, it's something new that we don't think's ever been done, is the self-governing APY. You control your own rewards. It's good for holders because the inflation is obviously an issue with auto staking protocols. So what we did is, if you hold, you're getting almost rewarded by other people selling. Basically, the inflation rate goes down for everyone else except for you. So you're really getting rewarded a lot more heavily than people who sell. If they do sell, they get penalized, and it almost makes your coins more valuable in a sense because their inflation rate is down, yours stays up, you're not being punished. We think that's different. We think we haven't seen anything like that in the market before. So that's our big advantage.
Okay. I hope that answers your question. Call me Payne. Okay, Payne. Are you planning to promote your project in countries/regions where English is not good? Do you have a local community for them to better understand your project?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I'd encourage you to get in our Discord. We've been making a channel for every different language. If your language is not there, please request it and we will make it. We are USA based, so English is going to be the priority, the primary language spoken. But I can tell you we will market with various dialects. So, right now we're really focused on the AMA things. But once we start getting closer to the launch, we're going to really put a big YouTube push on. And that's going to, be from people with different languages. So we'll do, some Chinese, some Asian, some different European languages. We will pay to get the idea out with different dialects. So For now, expect the AMA push in English, but as we get closer to launch and once this thing does launch, I can assure you we will have different languages with videos and content. We'd be open to opening different telegrams. So when we do launch, you know, our DMs are always open. You can collaborate with us, communicate with us, and we will consider it. We'll certainly get moderators in the Discords and the Telegram when we need to. So, um, you know, it's all on the table, like I've said before, and absolutely we want to have this in every language we can. We'll probably do the docs in different languages. So all that will come, especially closer to launch.
Awesome. Glad to hear that. Okay, Payne, I hope that answers your question. So the multilingual is on its way. More information for you to help explain it. A question from our very own Abby Rose. How long is liquidity locked?
I don't think we've decided yet. We haven't linked up with Pink Sale and obviously, put the contract up through them yet. We'll definitely do, at least a couple of years, or possibly longer. It's not a 6 month or anything like that. So we'll have it locked for quite a while.
Okay. And then we have Jerry 77 again. What would be a favorable outcome at launch for you?
Favorable outcome at launch. Well, so the big thing we're focusing on is obviously we've talked about this liquidity. We want to be able to absorb price impacts easily. We don't want a crazy volatile price, so we want high liquidity. That's where kind of the pre-sale comes in. If you're not familiar with Pink Sale locks 51% of the liquidity automatically. So it will be locked through them. The team never touches it. And, hopefully at launch, we have really high liquidity. That's basically our goal right now. Market this thing and get people to buy in at the pre-sale. Another reason to buy in at the pre-sale is obviously you avoid those buy taxes. So you kind of have a leg up over anyone who's buying off the open market. You'll start in tier 10, but you're not paying any of the buy taxes they would on I think we're doing this through Pancake Swap, so it'll be available on there after the Pink Sale. But yeah, liquidity, that's kind of our key focus. That would, if we raise a lot, I would consider that a success at launch.
Perfect. Jared might be asking another question, or he's typing away.
Jared's been like the first person to follow us. He's been great. And one thing I would say is he's been like promoting our project big time. If you do promote our project and we see you, putting out content on Twitter, in Discord, in our Telegram, you have the chance to become a tribal leader. In Discords, you give out roles. So first you get a survivor role. And then if we find you earn a tribal leader role, we're going to be giving out only 50 to 100 of them. But this would give you the start of the protocol at launch. You'll get an extra 100,000 percent APY added onto the 400. So you could start at 500,000% APY. So we're not doing a whitelist, but if we see people really pushing the project, we're going to give them that role. So he was actually the first person we gave it to. And we have a bunch more to give out, but it's something you got to earn if you believe in the project and you want to push the narrative. You're going to get rewarded with that. So that's one other thing I just wanted to add. We have a whole medium on how you can earn that role if you just go to the links in our Discord or on our Twitter. But yeah, if you're supportive of the project, you could really be rewarded to start.
Awesome. I hope everyone heard that. So if you're active with the community and you're shilling and promoting them as well, then you have a chance at gaining a higher APY. With the APY, I see a lot of projects with high APY. I was just wondering, like, how is that sustainable in the sense without the taxes? Like, I know the taxes are generating you revenue when people are selling, but if I don't understand how like what was it 200 and something, wasn't it like 200 and something thousand APY was. I gotta pull up the documents here.
We started 400,000.
Yeah, sorry, 400,000 APY. That just sounds crazy. Like, how is that sustainable?
Well, we think it's sustainable because obviously it's the dynamic self-governing APY. So we obviously know not everyone's gonna hold. If people are gonna take profits or people are gonna want to exit. So we don't think everyone's gonna have 400,000% APY forever. Obviously, we would love for everyone to hold. But yeah, and then like you said, the taxes does help too. That does generate revenue for the protocol. And we do think it's sustainable because we have an extra utility. Like most of these different protocols that have crazy high APYs, the reason that it never really works out is you have to take profit with the native token. So you would have to sell that to make any money. We have an added utility with this BUSD pool where you're getting paid to hold, and we think based on our volume, if we can do great volume, people will get a lot of rewards through that. That kind of gives people a reason to hold. That makes it a little more sustainable in the long run.
Okay. Awesome. I don't think I see any more questions popping up. So would you want to get to which question do you feel was the best? Now, with Traders Haven, we try to give to our paid memberships first, due to, well, they're paying for content, and they're supporting Traders Haven and the giveaways and stuff that we host. So which one of the questions was the best from one of our, well, I guess it would be on the life-changing journey would be the only one that has asked a question that's part of the paid
Yeah.
membership.
So I think he's the winner then. So I think we agreed what we're gonna do two 250 in prizes. So give him the 100 since he's your paid. And then if we had 3 more questions, I think they all get 50 for tuning in and asking away.
Yep, perfect. Sounds good to me. So the other 3 questions were, where are we here?
Our guy Jer, right?
Yeah, your guy Jer. We have Abby, but she's a guardian right now, so I'm sorry, Abby.
And Shadow.
And Shadow, yeah, Shadow 420,
I
There
think
we go.
Shifter had one as well.
and did Call Me Pain. Did Shifter have a question, or was he just he put his hand
Maybe.
up and he said in
Yeah, I think
the
so.
general chat that he didn't realize he had his hand up.
Okay, gotcha.
Cost him some money there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you should have asked a question, Shifter. Okay, so yeah,
There'll
we
be
got
plenty more opportunities.
Before all this, have you guys thought about doing a stablecoin pairing in your liquidity pair?
I think we're doing with BNB at the moment. Obviously the market's a little volatile, but we think it's probably easiest through Pinktail to do it through BNB. I think that's what typically most of them are. But yeah, that's a good suggestion. I'll take that back to the team and we can talk that over.
Okay, perfect. Do you find anything to add?
Just thank you all for joining, and loved having you for the AMA as well, you guys.
Yeah, we
No,
appreciate
thanks
you
for
guys
having
having us.
We'd love to do another one when we launch. We want to put our names out there, and we're happy to talk with anyone. So we'll come back anytime.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. Thank you very much. And yeah, well, we would definitely like to do another AMA closer to launch, or once you guys have launched, and touch base and go over with what we just discussed and see how everything goes. And hopefully we're in a better market situation by then. And yeah.
Yeah, I just got an alert. It's not looking good tonight, but hopefully it turns around.
Oh, damn. I didn't want to hear that.
Don't check your ether price.
Yeah, no way. Okay, so I guess that concludes it. I'll ping every one of the winners there, and yeah, then this will be posted on Twitter. It'll be posted on YouTube as soon as our video guys get around to the editing. I'll send you a copy of it so you guys can do what you will with it with the audio you said, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
we'll
DM
probably
me the
try and
boss and
upload
we'll
this on
pan out.
YouTube.
Okay, sounds good. And yeah, anyone else that's listening, if you have any questions for Traders Haven at this time, I'll stick around for a little bit and answer any of those. And
Yeah,
just
please join our Discord. If you have any questions, jump in there, ask us, and hopefully we got some new people. We got a really cool, strong community that's growing. So yeah, come hang out with us, and we think this is a big project. We hope you guys can get behind it.
I'm gonna post the Discord link right now, and that way people can join directly from the chat. And here we go. Oh wait, no, wrong button. Or I'm just on the laptop. It's slower.
All right, guys. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, and yeah, well, we look forward to talking to you in the future.
Sounds good.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Y'all have a good one.
You too. Bye. Okay, does anyone have any questions for Traders Haven? If you're new here, or alrighty then. Well, okay, everyone, have a good night, and I'll see you in the chat.